Welcome back to Mark's Name Joe. Today we are giving our predictions for Clash of Champions. Joe and I are joined by Becky Lynch's hype woman herself, Stephanie Hypes. We're going to give our predictions and we're going to rank them. How are we going to rank them today, Joe?
Well, we have 9 matches, so we're going to do a confidence points on each match. We got it from the podcast Going In Raw. Not really sure where they got it from, but we're going to roll with it for today. The match you're most confident with gets 9 points. The match you're least confident with gets 1. You pick the person out of that and give them the points. Pretty simple. You guys ready?
Ready.
All right. Steph, you're going to kick us off here.
Absolutely. So our first match, the women's tag title match, and that is Shania, as I like to call them, versus the Riott Squad. I actually have Shania winning this. And I gave him 3 points.
3 points, 3 confidence points. I went with 4 confidence points with Shania, as you call them. I like that name. I like it. Joe, what do you got?
I'm copying you, Joe. I've got Shayna and Nia winning, and I've got 4 confidence points in that one too. I can't see any way that Riott Squad beats them. I would love to see it happen, but I can't really see it happening.
I know the end game, I believe, is supposed to be Shayna versus Nia, but I think they're doing too well as a tag team right now.
Yep.
I never thought it would work, but it's good what they're producing right now. So
it gives them both something to do,
yep.
Which is important. All right, so Raw tag team titles are up next, Joe.
All right, so we got the Street Profits versus the newly Zelina-less Andrade and Angel Garza. I think that this match is the 7,000th time we've seen this match. The Street Profits have won every other time, and now we have no Zelina Vega. And on Raw, they looked like they were the most cohesive they have ever been. Yeah. So it's got to be Andrade and Garza. I don't like saying that because I love me the Street Profits. But I'm so confident I'm giving 7 confidence points to this decision.
Wow. Okay.
Going all in. Wow. Steph, would you like to go next?
Absolutely. So I gave them, I also picked Andrade and Garza to win, and I gave it 4 confidence points.
Oh, man. This is the match that's going to hurt me in the end if I end up losing it because I did put 1 confidence point into the Street Profits. Got to go with my boys there, man. But you guys walk away. That's a lot of points right there.
I think it's telling that you only gave it 1 confidence point, though, right?
Yes. But still, if I lose that and you guys get those points, I'm
The Street Profits are great, but because we've seen this so many times, I just feel like it needs a different ending at this point. And because they were so cohesive without Zelina this time, maybe that's what they needed. So I think to freshen up things, they need to just the whole tag title scene needs to be refreshed a little bit. So
the injury and the surgery that Ivar just went through, because he's going to be out for over a year from what I've been reading lately.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I thought the Viking Experience Raiders Machine War guys or whatever they call themselves now were going to be the people that take the titles off of them, but that can't happen anymore. So we got to go another direction.
All right, goes right into our next match. I'm going to go with the Smackdown Tag Team Championships on the line. We have champions Cesaro and Shinskuke versus the Lucha House Party. I was pretty much all in on Shinskuke and Cesaro here. 8 points.
Ooh.
8 points. What do you guys got?
I have Shinsaro winning.
Shinsaro, love the names.
And I actually gave them 6 confidence points.
Okay.
They're 2 dominant champions. I'm a big Cesaro fan. Keep the belt on them. They look good. I love Lucha House Party, but I don't think they should be holding the titles per se.
Yeah, I have no idea how this match is going to go. I'm not going to lie. I kind of doze off in the middle of Smackdown most nights because it's been a long week and it's around 9:30 at that point when Lucha House Party's trying to do their stuff. And they've been teasing a breakup for like 6 years now with Kalisto coming back and trying to fight everybody. I don't know why. It's not like this is some like group that needs a huge prestigious leader here. But I've picked Cesaro and Nakamura to win, but I only gave him 1 confidence point.
Ooh, that's a tough one. That's a tough match. Like Stephanie said, the SmackDown tag division, or the tag division in general, needs a lot of work.
We're missing a lot of teams where a lot of people are injured. It's repeat matches after repeat matches. And as someone who came into wrestling at 6 years old in love with tag team wrestling, it's just not the same. So something needs to happen.
Yeah. Up next, we got Bobby Lashley and Apollo Crews for the United States Championship. This is a feud that I hope that they kind of go away from after this pay-per-view. I've loved what they've done, but now that Cedric is firmly with the Hurt Business, I hope that the four of them can distance themselves from Apollo and Ricochet. And I have Bobby Lashley retaining, but I gave them 6 confidence points that I really do think Bobby's walking out with that title.
I also chose Bobby Lashley to win. I gave it 2 confidence points because I'm not sure if it's going to end in DQ. I'm not sure if there's going to be some shenanigans with the Hurt Business interrupting it. What I think is going to happen is Hurt Business will interrupt, but not DQ, and will like distract Apollo, and Bobby ends up winning. That way, Apollo looks strong, Bobby looks strong, and then we can move on. So I give it 2.
Both these guys deserve everything that they get, but I think the Hurt Business is so big right now. I just got such a big feeling from them every time they're presented on TV. I think taking the title off of them will be a mistake right now, especially Lashley looks fantastic with it. And when they come out all dressed up, it just makes you want to go buy all these outfits and just dress up, you know? So I went with Lashley with 5 confidence points, but I think you're on the same page. It could end up being a DQ, and we could all lose this one. That's going to bring us to the Raw Women's Championship. We have Asuka and Zelina. Out of nowhere, Zelina, I did not really know she was even in the title picture for quite a while.
She walked out, said she wanted it, and she looked attractive doing it, so got to give her the match. That's the way it works.
They are not going to take that title off Asuka. 6 points confidence into her.
I went with Asuka, and I have 9 confidence points.
Ooh, you went the most.
I went the most.
All in on Asuka.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I am totally agreeing with Stephanie here. All in on Asuka. She got my 9 points.
Wow.
If Zelina Vega walks out of Clash of Champions with the Raw Women's title, I am never going to watch WWE again. Asuka got the title by being passed it from Becky, and for them to give it to Zelina Vega on the pre-show. This match is on the pre-show.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way that this happens.
Can I vent?
Go ahead.
Give me a second to vent. Number 1, she wasn't past it. She won it in the Money in the Bank ladder match. It was not passed. 2, why is Asuka in the Raw Women's title, which is a world title for the women, on the pre-show? That just pisses me off. But other than that, Zelina's great. I like watching her in the ring. I'm glad she's getting this time to not be a manager and be in the ring and getting that spotlight. But she's not winning that title off of Asuka.
No title should ever be defended on the pre-show. That's my opinion.
Well, tell that to the Cruiserweight and United States titles that seem to consistently have main evented the pre-show.
Asuka on the pre-show?
Yeah. It's Asuka. And it's not even that. You have to understand, the Raw Women's title and the SmackDown Women's title, to me, is the equivalent of the WWE Championship and the Universal Championship for the men. Mm-hmm. Why is it on the pre-show? I mean, if you have to put a title on the pre-show, make it one of the tag titles that you guys don't care about. They act like they don't care about it, at least. So I'm like, why? I don't know. Anyway.
You're right. 2 tag title match, women titles, tag titles match. Any of those 3 could be on the pre-show. Over, but I also think it's part of let's put Asuka and Zelina on there for the Asuka fans. It's gonna draw people in. Maybe that's their thinking along the lines. Let's put these 2 out here who maybe we're gonna get the people rolling in for the show. I don't know what they're thinking. It's Vince. We all know. He's
the opening match. Why aren't they the opening match then?
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I don't even watch the pre-shows half the time. Like,
no.
I sometimes I will if I catch it. If not, I'll I
never even remember what time they're at, because like, is the pay-per-view on at 8? Is it on at 7? When's the pre-show start? 4:30? Like, what's going on?
Well, if it's WrestleMania, we know it starts at like 2 p.m.
And do I have to sit there and listen to Pat McAfee or
little curly head one?
The little curly headed fuck, whatever his name is.
Jesus Christ is not one of the commentators, Joe. I don't know who you were watching, but he is not there.
For our 6th match, we're looking at the Smackdown Women's Championship. Bayley defending her championship versus Nikki Cross for the 800th time. But I have my girl Bayley coming out with the win. They're not dropping that title off of her. She's absolutely killing it. She's at a whole nother level. And I gave that a confidence points of 7.
7 points.
All right.
Joe, you want to go next?
So I have no idea how this match is going to end from a decision standpoint. To me, it seems too obvious that Sasha's going to get involved in some way, shape, or form. And I don't know if because of that, she's going to cost Bayley the title. I don't know if through some sort of sick head game, she's going to save the title for Bayley so that she can have the satisfaction of taking it from her. So because of that, I have Bayley winning because I don't think Nikki walks out with the belt. Nikki very well could win by DQ, though, in this situation. So I'm only giving it 2 confidence points, but I'm going with Bayley.
All right. Kind of on the same line. Do not hate me for this one, but I picked Nikki Cross 2 confidence points. Not necessarily saying that she's going to walk out as champion, though, because there's so much in play here. We have Sasha Banks in play, and then we have this Alexa Bliss stuff that's going on, and it's really hard to say what's going to happen. You know, it's so close. I really see a DQ coming, and I see Cross winning by DQ. That's why I went 2 points. Man, this is one of the tighter ones for me.
So here's my thinking on it. Again, Bayley is absolutely killing it as champ. I don't see her dropping the title. That's 1 point. 2, I think it's too obvious that Sasha will come out and do something. So I don't think she is. Or I think she will come after the match and destroy Bayley. One of the 2. I think they're going to make Bayley look very dominant. And since she's fought Nikki Cross so many times now, I think they're going to have her absolutely destroy her, to be honest with you, and just look like this evil, mean, a whole nother level of heel. And then I could see maybe Sasha coming out after the match and doing something, or even attacking her backstage. I just don't see them doing a DQ. And I did think the Alexa thing at first, but as you saw SmackDown, I changed it because Nikki and Alexa didn't even interact last night at all.
That's right. Yep.
So I don't know if they're doing away with that for now. Maybe not factoring it in right at this moment. But I don't think Alexa's going to interfere right now with that SmackDown match.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But can we point out last night, a little bit off course, that look Alexa Bliss gave Roman Reigns the title? That was awesome.
Roman better watch his back.
Oh man, the way Alexa Bliss pulled that off, I was drawn in. I'm really into this whole Alexa thing.
No, I love it. I absolutely love it. I think Alexa's needed something for a while now. They've kind of had her cruising.
Long time.
This is just, she's killing it. She's absolutely killing it. From the way her hair looked after the match at Lacey and like her changing her whole look mid-match, once his music came on. I thought that whole thing was awesome. And then when Roman's music hit and she was walking up the ramp, I was like, this is going to be a weird interaction.
Awkward.
I didn't think she was going to do anything. I thought she was going to keep walking like in a trance. So when she turned and gave him that look, I was like, oh my gosh. So now, because people going like, okay, is the Fiend going to use her somehow to like get to Roman or like we don't know. So, but I thought it was awesome. I thought it was awesome.
Now we have what I think is going to be the match of the night. And it is the Intercontinental Triple Threat Ladder match between Sami Zayn, AJ Styles, and Jeff Hardy. I didn't mention who the champion is because it's both Sami Zayn and Jeff Hardy. I think that this storyline has been great. When Sami Zayn came back out, of course I popped because it's Sami Zayn returning. But then when he did his little dance coming out, holding an Intercontinental title, I'm like, this is going to be fun. I don't care where they go with this. This is going to be fun. And this whole storyline's been great. I love how everyone has turned his back on Sami, like Shinskuke and Cesaro, like acted like he didn't exist because they didn't call him for 5 months or something like that. And I love those stories because, like, I know if I got fired from my job or decided to not come in for 6 months, no one would text me. No one would reach out to me. So I feel Sami on that one. I think that this match is going to be very well worked. I think we've got 3 people that know exactly what their role is going to be in this match. Jeff's going to die. Sami's going to do everything he can to cheat to win. I mean, there's no real cheating in a ladder match, I guess. And then ultimately, I think AJ is going to climb that ladder and take both of those titles down because there's 2 Intercontinental titles now. And he is going to unite them as the new Intercontinental Champion. Undisputed Intercontinental Champion.
Wow.
And I gave that 5 confidence points.
Okay.
There are a lot of moving parts. I do think AJ wins. I'm not super confident that he wins, but I know it's going to be a great match.
I also agree. I think it's going to be the match of the night. That's possible match of the year contender. These 3 can go. And I miss Sami so much. I'm so glad he's back. But you're right. The storyline's been great. It can go literally 3 different ways. Jeff is going to die. I actually picked Sami to win.
Ooh.
And I gave it 5 confidence points. Sami never dropped the title for good reasoning. And I feel that he will, like you said, he will try and cheat to win. However you can cheat in a ladder match. I think he'll do everything that he can, but I think Sami walks away with the IC title.
Wow, this is going to be the deciding match between all of us. I have a feeling because I went a different route than both of you. Jeff Hardy I picked. A couple reasons. Vince McMahon has a way to end go-home shows. I call it Vince McMahon's math. He not only had Sami pick up the win in that triple threat, he had AJ climb the ladder and touch the titles. You don't do that.
You don't do that.
AJ's not winning this match. If anyone's going to win, it's going to be Hardy or Sami. But I'm going to stick with the champion, who is the champion, technically, is Jeff Hardy. I went 7 confidence points.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. By math, by folklore, if you will.
Yeah.
You don't touch the titles or you're losing, and you don't stand tall.
The only one that doesn't work for it is Baron Corbin. He did sit down in the throne, and then he ended up winning it. So that's Baron Corbin goes against Vince McMahon math. That's it. He's the only one.
He's the chosen one.
He's the chosen one, obviously. Speaking of chosen one, let's go right into the next one. Champion Drew McIntyre for the WWE title against Randy Orton. And I'm going to go right to it. Randy Orton, new champion, 3 confidence points.
Did you read my thing?
No.
Because I have Randy Orton beating Drew, 3 confidence points.
Wow.
Whoa.
Great Joes think alike.
Yeah, I think that there's going to be a very distinct finish, though. And I don't know if this can become a prop bet or anything like this, but it's got to be Drew is lining up for a Claymore, and he misses and flies into the ambulance. Randy closes the door. There's no way that this match ends with Drew looking weak. But
that's why it's an ambulance match.
Exactly, because they did the same exact finish with Roman versus Braun a few years ago in their ambulance match, where Roman just missed a spear and flew in, and Braun closed the door. But that gives everybody momentum. That gives Randy the championship that I really do think he's kind of earned throughout all of this pandemic performance that he's put on.
I think he's carried it. Yeah,
he really has.
I have Randy Orton winning as well.
Oh.
I have 1 confidence point.
Okay. A little bit safer than us.
However, I think Keith Lee is a factor. I understand your guys' point of maybe not making him look weak. I do feel that Keith Lee may attack them both, and they both end up leaving in the ambulance.
Ooh, I like it.
Then how does Randy Orton win?
I don't know.
Oh, you mean after the match he throws Orton into the ambulance too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think Keith Lee will distract somebody, and that will then lead to Randy Orton winning, but then he destroys them both, and they both end up leaving in the ambulance.
Oh, I like it. What if we get heel Keith Lee and he throws them both in the ambulance at the same time and says he's champ? Then we get a triple threat at the Hell in a Cell.
I think that's where it's leading. I think
that
it's
could be
leading
cool.
to a triple threat.
That would be awesome.
I think they have more story there, and the way they presented Keith Lee since he's come to main roster has been on point. Completely excellent.
I agree.
So I don't see him dropping out of the storyline just yet.
I agree. I didn't even think about him. Touche.
Last match.
Yeah.
What I think is the main event, and hoping is the main event, is Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. I have Roman winning 8 confidence points.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a great match. I think it's going to be a storytelling match. Obviously, the history and the emotions behind this, because they're a family, is going to be a great thing to see. I think Jey will surprise Roman and really bring it to him, and Roman will just kick it into next gear and just completely destroy him. This is basically a match to settle Roman in as the heel and not caring about even his brother. So
I think this has been some of the best storytelling WWE's done, some of the best video packages, some of the best build to a match, especially for a match that when it was first, like when Jey first won, I was like, oh really? Oh, fine. He needs a first opponent, I guess. But then they've turned this into a really great feud where it's going to be this visceral reaction that we have to watching Roman destroy his own family. And because I don't think it's going to be a simple 1, 2, 3 after a spear. No. I think Roman's going to send a message to everybody in the locker room, everybody in professional wrestling, by just brutalizing Jay. And because of that, I've got Roman winning. I also put 8 confidence points into this one.
Oh, wow. I put all 9 into this, Roman winning. I think that if they want to paint it even deeper of a picture with Roman being a heel, I think he goes into this match and just just buries him. Jay, let me say this though. Jey Uso's looked fantastic, and I mean he is really separating Roman from face Roman to heel Roman and through us. And this is a lot to do with Jey Uso's personality. He is carrying it, and he's cutting it right down the middle, and he's doing a great job. But I think he's there for Roman to just brutalize. And I mean, unless something goofy happens, it's Roman winning this match, 9 confidence points.
I think he will brutalize him. But I think it's going to be like, especially with their styles. You have Jay, who's a high flyer. You have Roman, who's more of a brawler. I just think their styles are going to go very well together. Obviously, they know each other very well. Like I said, the connection's there. I just think it's gonna be a great match. I think it's going to be very storytelling, and again, showing how heel Roman truly is. Going to hurt. Hurt to watch. But I think it's going to be great. I'm happy for Jay. I think he deserves. This is a great way. I mean, this is his first main event. I think it would be.
Yeah.
So he deserves it. I'm glad he's getting the spotlight, even if it does end in him leaving it on a stretcher.
I just want to see an Uso splash countered into a spear. That's all that I want to see.
Right? You know what's happening.
Yeah. Oh, that would be special. Oof. This has been fun. We're going to get the points all added up for tomorrow night. We'll go from there. According to Twitter, Joe's not winning this.
No.
So.
Sorry, Joe.
I had 1 vote when I voted for myself. 1 vote.
And then you accused me of voting for myself. I didn't. I voted for Stephanie.
Myself either. I voted for Joe.
Well, of course you voted for Joe.
I was like, I didn't even vote for myself because I'm like, I probably even do this completely wrong and not have as many points as I should. So
I think we're spread out enough point wise. Just looking at all the numbers that we have down, it's going to be fun to see who comes out with the first challenge here.
I do think though that we all picked the same exact winners for every match.
No,
except for the IC title match.
Except for the IC title match.
Steph, this has been fun. I'd love to have you on more.
I would love to be on more.
Yeah, this is going to be fun. I can't wait. This gives us like a whole new way of watching tomorrow night, which is going to be awesome. It's going to sit there now. Yeah, it's kind of like when we do the Rumble. That's going to be a lot of fun this year, Joe. We'll have to come up with something big for that. It's going to be a lot
convoluted, and it's going to be great.
Last year I did that pool. Ended up being $200. Somebody won. I didn't put myself in it. I just ran the pool.
Nice.
I did it off Twitter. Many Faced Heel actually won that.
Like people like to do this type of stuff. I mean, like the brackets and stuff like that with the King of the Ring tournament.
This has been another episode of Mark's Name Joe with our special guest, who is now a hyped Joe. Right? You're hyping Joes now. That's
absolutely.
That's the way we're
honorary
go
Joe.
It. Yeah,
Stephanie Joe.
You are now Joe. We are Joe, and this has been another episode. Blah blah blah. I screwed that one right up. Wow, botch. All right, can you work with what I gave you?
I can work with a lot of what you did. Yeah.
All right, maybe we should even leave this. What a blooper. Peace out, guys. Have a good day.